absolute outrage. That's the general world we live in and inhabit, though, isn't it, Extremisis? Yeah, you with the perceived Western world behind you. But when you're actually confronted by us, we get a, "I got nothing for you. I don't have an answer to that." Why the hell are you chat skanking then? If you don't have any bloody answers, why are you chat skanking Divergent Droid rather than answering him? Why are you doing that? It's pathetic.
Because I'm an asshole.
A flat plane in which the conditions of the air would dictate the distance we could see and thus where the horizon would appear.
That's convoluted. So how are you using a pair?
Why does the horizon appear?
Hold on. We'll get back to that. Extremisis, you're back. We had a whole show about you.
Back, I couldn't stay away.
Yeah, we had a whole show about you. You missed it.
I'm sorry I missed it. I'll catch it up. I'll catch it later on the app when I watch it on the posting.
Well, we can go over it right now if you'd like. I'll go ahead and read what you said. I'll also post it in Discord.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I posted it in Discord. It's right there, so follow it. Here we go. So this is what you said at 9:31 this morning. Why do we need to show how a gas expands to a vacuum when flat earthers have failed to demonstrate a vacuum next to a container? This is a straw man of the globe. No one on the globe side will say there's a vacuum next to a container. This is a demonstration of a lack of understanding among flat earthers how the globe model works. Why should we demonstrate something the globe model does not claim? Do we want to go through this sentence by sentence? Because this is one of the most retarded statements I think I ever heard.
Okay, let's go through it.
Yeah, why do we need to show a gas expands to a vacuum when flat earthers, that's a stereotype fallacy, by the way, right there, have failed to demonstrate a vacuum next to a container? Why the fuck would we want to show you a vacuum next to a container?
No need for the swearing. Let's start off on the right foot. So far, so good. Reasonable so far.
All right, I'll try to toe down on the F-bombs. So, why would we?
He heard. He heard.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, was there a question for me to answer? Repeat the question again.
Nathan, he heard, but it's not getting through.
I mean, I thought you were just reading it. I didn't realize I was supposed to reply.
So here's what happened. Try to keep up. I read through the whole thing that you claimed, and then all of a sudden I said, let's go through each sentence, and we'll go through one at a time. You said, okay, go ahead. I went ahead, and then you said, am I supposed to answer that? So, yes, you're supposed to answer.
Repeat the question, please.
You said flat earthers have failed, which is a stereotype fallacy, by the way. Flat earthers have failed to demonstrate a vacuum next to a container. Did somebody claim? Go ahead.
Somebody, yes. I mean, we hear all the time that there's a vacuum next to a container.
You do? Where?
I mean, would you like to do a search for it? It's probably.
Would you like to do a search for it? We don't claim that.
Stop. I can't hear what you're saying. Stop. Say again, Extremisis. I didn't know what you said.
So if I do a search in the voice chat, in the text chat, it's referenced at least a dozen times over the last week.
I'm a flat earther. Hold on. I'm a flat earther, so that goes directly to me. I don't care what other people have put anywhere else. Flat earthers have failed to demonstrate a vacuum next to a container. I have never made that claim in any context in the past 7 years. What the heck are you talking about?
Okay, so you have not, but there has been a claim by some flat earthers.
Oh, now it's some.
It's a generalization, yes, I admit it.
Oh, it's a stereotype fallacy. This makes no sense. This is non sequitur. Why do we need to show how gas expands into a vacuum? Why do you need to show? I don't know why you need to show that.
Hold on a second, Kiwi. Hold on. He did just say, okay, admittedly, he's admitted to the stereotyping fallacy, albeit a mild concession. Let's move past that. And he said some flat earthers have said it, but we still haven't contextualised what the specific claim some flat earthers make, because it doesn't make any sense. So can you contextualise what some flat earthers, according to you, have made as a claim that needs to be validated by this question? Please, Extremisis.
That there is a container next to a vacuum around the Earth somewhere.
What?
Yeah, we.
Can
Hold
ask a
on.
question just for clarification?
Hold on. I don't need to say it verbatim. I need you to expand upon it so we understand what that means. Container next to a vacuum. I still don't understand what you mean by that. What's the claim that they're making that you're attacking? Because I don't understand it.
That there needs to be a container to contain the atmosphere around the Earth at some altitude. And somewhere this container is next to a vacuum, because otherwise, if there was air next to a vacuum, the air would go into the vacuum.
Okay, that sounds more like your
Extremisis.
misapprehension about the question being asked. So when we ask how can you have gas pressure without a container, Extremisis, we're debunking the notion that the sky is a vacuum. We're not asserting that there's a container between us with our gas pressure and the sky vacuum that would still exist. It debunks space as being a sky vacuum. The sky is not a vacuum because we need containment for the gas. But that doesn't assert that there is still a sky vacuum beyond the container, unless you're suggesting. Because it sounds like you've just confused quite a few elements of debunking space, and then slapped in space on top of it, like we're asserting that there's still a space beyond the containment we require to be breathing.
Yeah. Exactly.
So there's no vacuum at all. And there is just a container somewhere containing the atmosphere, but no vacuum.
Correct.
Or incorrect. Nobody knows.
Hold on.
Do they?
No. That's a positive claim by QE now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on. Whether or not there is or isn't is beyond my knowledge and yours, right? So there might be, but what we do know is a couple of things. The assertion by heliocentrism is that there is us breathing gas pressure that's not pressing on anything. It's a sky vacuum beyond the gas pressure. That's the one positive claim. Yeah? Now we are pointing out an antecedent consequent relationship between the gas pressure we are breathing and that requirement for it to have containment. Yep. Now based on the heliocentric assertion that there is no containment, there's just us breathing pressure and then it just isn't pressure. Yeah? Gradiated to a vacuum. Well, that isn't true. Yeah? That
That's not
claim
true.
in that specific context. Now, I can say as a claim, we definitely have containment because I'm breathing gas pressure. That doesn't mean I'm saying there isn't something beyond the containment. I don't know. I wouldn't make a claim either way. But the heliocentric claim of a sky vacuum with no containment is debunked by the necessity to have the thing to press on to be at pressure. There you go.
In other words, it has nothing. In other words, your claim is nonsensical. You follow? It's not a straw man. You just conjured. It's your straw man in a stereotype fallacy. By the way, let's move on. The next statement. No one on the globe's side will say there is a vacuum next to a container. So what? Who cares? That's not our claim. Next statement. This is a demonstration of the lack of understanding among flat earthers. There's another stereotype. How the globe model works. Can you please show the globe model in main chat for us?
I cannot.
then how can you make that claim?
No, it's projection.
It's
No, it's a
projection.
direct insult. It's a cheap insult because that would be to imply that flat earthers think that the way that the globe model works is that somehow rockets have to be let out. You know, like with the Mega Maid. Yeah, we have to open a thing. That would be, yeah, your interpretation of how we think the globe model works. Well, no, we understand how the globe model works, and we're pointing out the contradiction in natural law that you don't get this gas pressure without containment. Not that we think you have containment and need a Mega Maid to open up the dome.
Anything at all?
I got nothing.
Okay, I see it as projection.
Look, Ma!
You didn't understand how the rebuttal to the claim of space was formulated by us. You didn't understand that and have repurposed it into something that doesn't make sense anymore by way of your understanding. And the reason I think you've done it is because that phraseology of the question implies to me that in spite of your understanding that we must have containment to be at pressure, you've still retained a sky vacuum belief, but just with a container between it. That's what it appears to me. I could be wrong, but that's how I see you as interpreting our claim that you can't have gas pressure without a container. Not really a claim, it's an antecedent consequent relationship. But your misinterpretation of it is to say that there's still going to be a sky vacuum, but there's got to be containment between us, our gas pressure, and the sky vacuum that still exists in your mind, even though we've shown that the claim of how it exists is wrong.
Now you can go to the next. Now you can. I'm sorry. Did you want to say something in rebuttal to that?
Nope. I said okay.
Okay, so now we're on to your next claim because I think you were bluffing when you said, "Hey, I can go back and copy these from flat earthers that have said this." So I want you to go back. I'm calling your bluff. All frigging in. I want you to go back and copy flat earthers saying, "Please demonstrate a vacuum next to a container."
Won't do that. He's already explained how. No. This is when he cited what he got this from. It was a mixture of claims that we had made specifically individually, and then thrown together in kind of a convoluted order that still left a sky vacuum in existence, just with containment between us and it. I just went through this, so he's not going to find anybody. He'll find us, and he did say there's loads of people citing this stuff, and then he rattled them off. But none of them put the three things together to come up with the conclusion to present what you originally called a straw man, but it isn't. It's a misunderstanding about the claim being made. The claim being made by us is you can't have gas pressure without a container. That's a fact. Well, that means that we must have a container for us to be breathing gas pressure. Well, that eliminates the heliocentric claim of a sky vacuum. Doesn't mean we know what's beyond the containment.
Right. I understand that, but he said that he had a whole bunch of people when I stopped him and I moved on, but he said he had a whole bunch of people claiming that. Did he not?
Yeah, us. And he did rattle off the examples of what they were claiming. And what they were claiming is what we say in a kind of paraphrase.
No, he didn't rattle shit off. He didn't rattle anything off.
Okay, I thought he did. He gave the examples of what his understanding, not in quotes, just what his understanding of what he was fighting against was.
No, he said he could go back and get like 12 or 13 of them. I can't remember his exact phraseology that he could get that was in chat. I want him to do that.
Okay, let's see if I'm right.
So is that one?
Let's see if I'm right.
That's my understanding. I'd like to see this.
I posted one there.
There we go.
Okay, here's
Good
one.
start. Thank you.
Divergent Droid says, he used that answer to reply to my question, demonstrate gas adjacent to a vacuum where it fails to fully equalize with that vacuum due to entropy in an open system as the globe model claims. That has nothing to do with this.
That it doesn't word for word say vacuum next to a container, but it says gas pressure next to a vacuum. Well, there you go. Gas pressure in a vacuum.
Well, that doesn't. A vacuum's not a container.
Sorry, hold on. Just 1 second. Can you just slowly read through Divergent Droid's question specifically again? Because it sounds to me like he's given a very clear and accurate description of what the heliocentric model is, and then simply asked you to demonstrate the claim the heliocentric model makes, which is gas pressure next to a vacuum. That's what they claim. He's asking you to show that. That's it. It's not asking you
Would
to
you
show
like me to read it again?
Okay.
vacuum next to a
Would you
container.
like me to read
That's
it
not what he's
again?
asking at all.
No.
Yes, please.
Divergent Droid said he used that answer to reply to my question, demonstrate gas adjacent to a vacuum where it fails to fully equalize with that vacuum due to entropy in an open system as the globe model claims.
I couldn't have paraphrased that more accurately to summarize every aspect that he was asking you to prove. He's just saying prove that you can have a sky vacuum with thus breathing pressure. That's what he's asking. No mention of containment
container.
whatsoever.
No container.
He didn't
No,
mention
never-
a
No
container.
vacuum next to a container in that statement.
There is no container in that statement.
It's explicitly excluded in the description.
So, total fail. You just misinterpret.
You got any more?
He's already accepted what I said to him, though. When I broke it down and said it's misapprehensions and misinterpretation of what we're claiming and debunking, he accepted it. He said, I got nothing. So far, it's been completely conciliatory.
I wanted to circle back and chew a little bit more dumbass meat off the bone.
Well, my interest was, I wondered if genuinely it sounded like there was some flat earthers out there, according to Extremisis, that were touting that after containment, everything else was pretty much. Well, I suppose there is. It's the Flat Earth Society. Yeah, that's the only flat earthers I've ever said that would continue the heliocentric paradigm after you've accepted natural law. So you've got your containment, but then everything else is the same.
We might be seeing a spark of conversion here.
Just a genuine question, Extremisis. Is there people out there that are touting this? Because I've never heard of them, but it sounded like that was your understanding that raised the question, that there are people that claim this.
There are people that say they say that there is a vacuum next to the container. Yes, I have heard that statement.
Where?
I was looking for it. I mean, so I posted another one that, again, not word for word, but it says gas pressure next to a vacuum of space without containment.
Yeah. That's not say you got the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. That doesn't say what you just said above.
Again, I was looking for something specific. I can't find anything uses those exact words. I'll say that.
That doesn't have to be the exact words. It has to just implicitly state that there's a vacuum next to a container. You ain't going to find anything.
Okay, meanwhile, back to Divergent Droid's question, right? I've got a mocked-up picture of a spaceman floating around a spherical Earth in claimed to be orbit. And in the image, we've got this black bit, right? That's 10 to the minus 17 torr, right? The sky vacuum. And then you've got this gaseous layer with clouds and stuff next to it. So when Divergent Droid asked you if you could demonstrate gas pressure without a container, it sounds like you went into this, insults and projection of your misunderstandings onto us. But you haven't answered his question. What he's asking is, the globe Earth claims to have a 10 to the minus 17 torr vacuum next to high pressure gas. Can you show that's possible? You haven't answered, you just attacked him personally. So said he's an idiot and doesn't understand. No, you don't understand. Because his question was about your belief in the sky vacuum called space and the gas we breathe being next to it. You haven't answered him. You just attacked us all instead. Told us that we're stupid and don't understand, right? Well, why don't we just get back to Divergent Droid's very carefully phrased and demonstrating an excellent understanding of the heliocentric nonsense claim that gas pressure, high pressure gas, is next to a vacuum. So why don't you just answer that question? Because it seems you've avoided Divergent Droid's question in favour of a string of fallacies, stereotyping, ad hominem, projection of your misunderstanding of the question being asked, because he's asked it and you haven't answered it. So could you just answer Divergent Droid's question, which is, can you demonstrate what I have on screen now, which is the general worldview that we're in a sky vacuum with high pressure gas not being contained by anything. That's what he asked. Don't strawman us with your nonsense about what we don't understand when you didn't understand that your bloody globe has got the exact description he gave you when you started attacking us. What's wrong with his question? He's asking you how the globe Earth can have gas pressure next to a vacuum. Why haven't you just answered him?
I don't have an answer.
But so you just chose to tell him he didn't understand and call him an idiot, said he didn't understand and thought he was asking about containers and vacuums beyond them. No, you didn't understand his question, Extremisis. Isn't that plainly obvious that you turned around and projected your ignorance straight back onto him when in fact you didn't understand his question? That's pretty obvious now. Maybe you owe him an apology, because it seems you've attacked him for his misapprehensions he didn't have any misapprehensions about, when in reality, Extremisis, you didn't understand, did you? That the sky vacuum had no containment, and he was just asking you about that stupid shit you believe in? You're going to apologise to him? He's one of my mods. I expect you to apologise. You didn't understand.
Sure.
So what you should have said to him is, I don't have an answer for you, Divergent Droid. When you ask me about this picture on screen that the Western world believe in, that's a sky vacuum next to high-pressure gas, I don't have any answers for that stupid shit. That's what you actually meant to say, rather than you don't understand the globe's claim. And then chat skanking about how we don't understand with him as an example of how we don't understand. Well, yeah, we do. You don't understand, Extremisis. You know, you need to apologise to Divergent Droid, maybe answer his question with the answer that you avoided giving him, which is, I have no way of explaining this stupid shit you're asking about. Because you haven't, have you, Extremisis? Just a load of ad homs and personal attacks when you're asked that, about your bloody religious faith that you've got no way of backing. What bloody outrage? Why are you calling us stupid? Stupid idiot. You didn't understand that what he was asking was, how can you have high pressure gas next to a sky vacuum? Because that's exactly what he said.
I said I was sorry.
Apologise to him. You just represent every other wanker we deal with. We ask you how you can have sky vacuum at all, and you tell us we don't understand. It's indicative of typical ball behaviour, like anti-flat earth behaviour. I ask, how can you get an elevation angle from a curved baseline? And I'm told you're an idiot and you've never done celestial navigation. That's what the answers we get, like your answer. You're an idiot, you don't understand the globe works. No, we absolutely do. And so did Divergent Droid when he asked you the question about this nonsense. But you didn't have an answer for him. You did have a load of personal attacks, though, didn't you? You did have a whole stereotyping fallacy for every single flat earther, that includes me, and how we don't understand the globe's claims. Yeah, I do. You didn't understand our rebuttal, did you? So why didn't you have some bloody humility like the rest of the idiots we face almost daily? And just say, I don't have an answer for you, flat earther, when you ask me about some stupid nonsense I believe in. Don't tack us and tell us we're stupid. Don't tell us we don't understand your stupid nonsense that clearly you haven't got a clue about. Have some bloody humility and say, I have no answer for that. Maybe I should scratch my head about it when we part ways, rather than just telling you you're stupid, which is what you've done. An absolute outrage. That's the general world we live in and inhabit, though, isn't it, Extremisis? Yeah, you with the perceived Western world behind you, but when you're actually confronted by us, we get a, I've got nothing for you. I don't have an answer to that. Why the hell are you chat skanking then? If you don't have any bloody answers, why are you chat skanking Divergent Droid rather than answering him? Why are you doing that? It's pathetic.
Because I'm an asshole.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you hear that? For every other baller listening? Yeah, you're just all assholes. Yeah, when we ask you something you haven't got an answer for, don't tell us we don't understand. Yeah? Because that's what that makes you. Just makes you an asshole. Just say, I don't have an answer for you. I don't have a demonstration for high pressure gas not expanding into available volume. I can't show you that. That general belief that my entire worldview's based on, I can't show you. In fact, I don't have anything to say to you when you point out it violates a law of nature. That'd be entropy law, gas-filled space. Yeah, you could just say, I don't have an answer. Not you don't understand, flat earther. What don't we understand? How I can distract away from it and call you idiots for 25 minutes in chat? Yeah, we understand that greatly. I've been here for 7 years. I understand how you're all assholes, Extremisis. I understand that. I also understand the globe and how it's complete nonsense. And that every deceived wanker who is challenged on their nonsense they believe in, doesn't have any right to tell me I don't understand the nonsense that they can't explain when they've, quote, got nothing.
I just want to say fair play. That was the most honest answer I've heard from a baller in a long time. And to be honest, I've got no rebuttal to it other than say thanks for the honesty, because it explains all the behaviour. Yeah. But I'll just say one other thing. These things like gas behaviour, they should be things that we're able to agree upon to move forwards. We don't claim we know what it is. And we know you guys can't prove it is. But we should be able to agree on some of the most fundamentals. Yeah. And it's exceedingly frustrating when actually what we get is this, which is a straw man reversal fallacy. And the way you ended it, I think, summarize it. Why should we demonstrate something that the globe model does not claim? We've never asked that of you. We've only ever asked you to demonstrate what the model does claim. And that was what the original question was. And that's in defiance of natural law. And we should be able to agree on that, Extremisis. However awkward it is for you, it is a fact. And at this point, after this many years, we, flat earthers, ballers, anti-flat earthers, whatever, we should at least be able to agree on that fact.
Should all be able to just agree that outer space is fake. You can't have gas pressure without a container. With that, I'm going to say a huge, massive, enormous thank you to both Discord and G Plus panels for making today's after show possible. And of course, a massive thank you to all of you in either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley premiering streams. Hope you're smashing the super chat, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, joining as a member, smashing the PayPal link and thanks button and all that good stuff. I've been Nathan Oakley and I will see you all in the next video. Why are you doing that? It's pathetic.
Because I'm an asshole.